JJ, what's the mental recalibration kind of been like for you? Obviously, off the state game, then into finals, then obviously now into the bowl game. What's that whole mental recalibration been like?
No, it's definitely tough because there's so many things going on in everybody's life right now. Like you said, coming after the state game, you have finals, and you're preparing for bowl practice. You got Christmas coming up, you want to see your family. So it's tough, but at the end of the day, we know that we're still student athletes and we're football players. So like right now, at this point, we all locked in and ready for this game.
So, and then obviously getting ready for West Virginia. What are, from an offensive standpoint, looking at their defense, what are some of the things that you've learned about them so far?
They're a solid team all the way around. They got a good defensive line, good secondary, coached very well, a really good coached team.
How's Connor been stepping in as a QB?
Oh, he's been doing great. You can tell that he's ready. He's ready for this moment. He's been prepared for this moment, and he's taking the time out of his day to throw a little bit extra when guys are just doing nothing. He'll want to text us, hey, what are you doing? Let's watch film. Let's go throw. He's excited. He's prepared for this game, so I'm excited to see what he'll do.
Is it weird not having Drake around?
He's just such a big presence here, especially in the facility, especially in Chapel Hill in general. But we all love Drake, and we wish him nothing but the best.
What's Connor's strengths in the quarterback?
He's a very mobile quarterback. You saw it in the Wofford game. He can throw the deep ball. He can move very well. So he's an all-around guy. And I feel like his biggest thing is that he's a true playmaker, using his feet or using his arms. So he's got a lot of tools in his toolbox that he can use that people don't know about.
Was there something different about him today now that he's the guy?
You can tell he's got more confidence. He's he's being louder. He's really directing the offense. You can tell that he's reading the field a little bit better. He's just really excited to be out there. Like I see him right now working extra. He's just so ready for his opportunity. He's ready for his moment, and I'm ready for him.
How about the wide receiver room? You guys lost a few guys. The portal Tez obviously leaving. What does that room look like right now?
We've always had depth in that room. It's sad to see Tez and Dre and Doc go. We wish them the best, but we still got talent from top to bottom. You got the freshman guys like Chris, Paul, and Christian all coming in. They've been producing all in practice all year, so it's finally good to see them, get more extra reps, continue to work with the first team offense. So I'm excited to see them, and then we still got me, Nate, Kobe, and Gavin who've been here for a while, and so we're just excited to go out there and work as one unit.
As you say, we saw Kobe out there. Is that room healthier now than it was before?
Yeah.
Kind of full complement from what's out there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like everybody in the room is ready to go. Everybody's healthy. Everyone has their different skill sets, so you really can't match us up against anybody because you put anybody out in the field. We can go 4 wideouts, 2 wideouts, 3 wideouts. It doesn't matter. We can go score points, make plays.
I hate to hog this, but you have to do that because there's a lack of tight ends around here right now.
It's something we did before without the tight ends, so it's just something we're going to incorporate. Even with Deems coming in, he's been a heck of a guy in that tight end room. So I'm also excited to see him play. He's from Charlotte. He's a low demeanor guy who just always works hard, and I know he's ready for this moment too.
By the time the West Virginia game starts, it will have been over a month since the state game. Do you think that extended break is a good thing for this team to sort of just flush all that negative feeling out and just get ready for one more?
Yeah, for sure. We tried to forget about that game the next day. Honestly, I know it was tough for me just because of just how the game ended, but it's over with in the past. Can't change it. So we're just getting ready for West Virginia right now.
Who's kind of stepped up in terms of like a leadership role in that offense? Obviously, without Drake and Corey, kind of your two main guys. Who do you think has kind of filled that new role now?
Definitely Connor, just because he's the quarterback, he has to be more vocal. And I say a guy like Willie Lampkin, he's always been a loud player like all season, but with Corey gone, somebody on that line has to really take control of the offense, and Willie's kind of been that guy for us right now.
JJ, I know a lot of guys kind of leave at one time with the draft and with the transfer portal and things like that, but do you get a chance to kind of talk to them, and do they reach out to you? Do you reach out to them kind of thing, like, after they depart and anything like that?
Yeah, well, I'm going to keep in contact with everybody. They tell us before they leave because, we're like brothers. So that contact's always going to be there. That connection's always going to be there. So, it's their decision. I'm happy for them. But, at the end of the day, we still got work to do over here.
JJ, with the playbook and Connor, does it have to shrink some, or is it still sort of the same selection of plays that you had with Drake? Like, how does the play selection change?
you keep the plays all the exact same because Connor was running the same plays as Drake was the whole season, so it's not like we have to shrink the playbook. Connor he's a smart dude. He was valedictorian at his high school, so he knows what he's doing. He knows the playbook. So it's not like I wouldn't even say it's like a step down. I mean, yes, Drake was a heck of a quarterback, but I mean, Connor's still All-American quarterback in my eyes. He's here for a reason. So I don't want people to think that it's a step down. It's just a change of scenery for sure.
Have you or anyone else on the team had to tell Connor, like, hey, no one's expecting you to be Drake in your first game as the guy? I mean, have you guys had to kind of walk him off from that mentality a little bit?
Yeah, we've told him, just go out there and be you. We don't want you to try to be Drake. Don't try to be this amazing quarterback. If you go out there and be you, you're already an amazing quarterback. So you only got to worry about, trying to play too hard. Because if you think too hard or you try to play too hard, you make mistakes. Versus you go out there and just play football, you'll be all right to go. You'll be good.
Is he actually valedictorian?
Yeah. Yeah, he was valedictorian in his high school.
Yeah, he was pretty wonderful in high school. How's Kobe moving?
Kobe? He's moving really well. We thought we were going to have him back a little bit earlier, but, he didn't feel like it was the perfect time for him to come back. But, I see him out here running, and it's good to have him back. Like I said before, Coach Galloway thinks of him as a Swiss Army knife. You can put him outside, you can put him inside. He's just a playmaker. So it's good to see him back. It's good to see him running. And I'm excited to really have him in the bowl game.
Have you guys thought about the Mayo Bowl result from 2 years ago, which was kind of a similar scenario, season in on a down note and didn't really play well in that game?
Yeah, we all remember that game. Especially for me, it was tough because it just seemed like we didn't want to be there as a unit. Man, that's something we don't want that to happen again. And we told everybody on this team this year, if you do not want to play in that game, do not come. If you don't want to play, don't come on that bus, because we're going there for a goal to win the game. And this isn't a field trip. This isn't just a trip to Charlotte to enjoy everything and enjoy the scenery. We're going there to win. We're going there to win the game, and we want people to know that on this team that it's a serious game. It's not a joke. So.
What makes bowl preparation, I guess, unique in that sense? Obviously, it's a out of conference opponent. You get really almost a month kind of in preparation. Just kind of what makes it so unique compared to facing Minnesota in Week 3 or whatever the case might be.
Yeah, there's so many distractions. Honestly, when you think about it, you have 2-3 weeks of practice. So, some people can get lackadaisical thinking, okay, I'll just start practicing next week. You go to a whole different site you've probably never been to. You got events you have to do. It's hard to stay focused for the bowl game, but I feel like now, especially the way we ended with the season, we don't want to end a note like that. I know in the past, I think we've lost the last 3-4 bowl games, and like I'm not a fan of that. I don't like people, associating me with that. So this is a true business trip.
Is that kind of what helps keep the focus, wanting to end on that? I know, especially after the last few years.
Yeah, because if you end off with a win in the bowl game, it sets you up for a great next season. You start the next season off with a win, and it sends the guys off right.
JJ, I realize that Drake obviously is the ultimate character and sort of goofball personality-wise, but like in terms of personality from Drake to Connor, when you guys are out here or you're going over stuff or he's calling a play, like what are the differences there? Like I know the voice is different, obviously, but what are some of those differences?
I feel like he's still trying to work on getting a little bit louder. I mean, this is really first time controlling a Division I offense, so it's going to be tough for him just to really build that confidence. But I know at the end of the day he'll be good. And I mean, honestly, I don't care who they put back there at that point. It's just the quarterback's quarterback. He's going to do his job as well as anybody else could. So.
I know he has said, Connor, that he felt like his bowl practices last year, once Jacoby left, were kind of inconsistent. Mm-hmm. Like, do you think that's a motivating force at all for him this time around, this December, or do you think that's so far in the past that really kind of doesn't matter anymore?
Yeah, I don't think he cares about that anymore. I think he's just ready for this game. Like I said, he knows what's at stake. I know he's not pressured. He's ready to go, and like I said, I'm just excited to see what he'll do. I know he's prepared. Of anybody on this team, I know that he's ready to go, ready to win this game.
With regards to the Mayo Bowl 2 years ago, do you feel like the Holiday Bowl last year was more a step in the right direction of bringing the juice to a bowl game? Because, that was a pretty good Oregon team, even letting down to the final seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like you said, the Mayo Bowl just seemed flat all the way around. But like you said, we brought the energy to Oregon. We didn't come out with a victory, but I felt like we still played as a team, played as a unit. And we're hoping to end off the same way, going back to Duke's Mayo Bowl. I know we started the game off with started the season with the Duke's Mayo Classic, so we just trying to finish with a win at the Duke Mayo Bowl. So yeah.
What was that Sunday like? A lot of us were waiting around for the bowl assignment to drop. Like, what was that like for you guys? I mean, were you like, geez, like, it's 3 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock?
Yeah, I know personally, I was checking every bowl site, seeing where we would go, but I had a feeling that things were going to be a little messed up with Florida State getting screwed out of not getting into the playoffs. I knew that was going to shake up a lot of ACC teams, and then just time was just moving and moving and moving, and it seemed like we were like the last team to get picked for a bowl. But we're grateful for Duke's Mayo for letting us come and play in Charlotte, and we're excited to go and play in the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
You want to see Mac take a mayo bath?
Yeah, I would love to see Coach Brown take a mayo bath, but yeah, I hate mayonnaise, but that's because I love mayonnaise. I love Duke's mayonnaise.
I hate mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise.